Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Nothing like starting off your day with a little Rihanna to get your blood pumping. How's everybody doing? Excellent? All excellence. Raise your hands. Anyone better than excellent? It's not a competition. I know. Some of you say everything's a competition, but that's okay. Hey, so, I know we've been kind of going over some money stuff the last couple of sessions, and I wanted to make sure that we had all bases covered. So our video this morning is just another conversation around a conversation around money. So sit back and enjoy for just 2 minutes. And just lessons galore with money. Maybe don't buy a Lexus without having a conversation. All righty. Hey, I think I see my friend John Kirkudis on the call this morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excellent. I am certain you would never make that mistake.
So I hope everyone's having a great week. Speaking of that clip by SNL, this today's little mortgage minute talk is going to be about interest rates. So we are going to talk a little bit about money. Just the whole team knows that interest rates, they fluctuate every day. And right now we're in an increasing marketplace. So it's really encouraging to tell your clients to lock in, to secure a rate, because with this new economy coming around the corner with all this trillions of dollars of money into the income and the vaccine coming out and all that stuff, it's going to start pumping things up. And then when the economy starts rising, interest rates tend to rise with that also. Some of the risk factors that go into interest rate quotes that we give people, it's not just a flat rate where you see people look online is they see 2.99%, and 3% APR, or what we want to call it. But the risk factors that we go off of are credit scores, down payment, property type, whether it's a FHA loan, a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loan, or a jumbo loan, and also the lock period. 45-day locks are a little bit more favorable, are a little lower interest rates than like a 75-day lock, but it's also contingent on when that transaction is closing. So we take in all these different factors, and the computer basically gives us the best interest rate at that given point from all of our investors. So we pass that along to your client base. Now, one little quick thing that Guaranteed Rate Affinity has is a one-time float down option. So if the market happens to go down a lot, and there's certain restrictions apply, but they go down more than a quarter point or so, we will renegotiate their interest rate to get them a lower rate. So they're not 100% locked in to that rate, but there's an upside to it where they can get a better interest rate on improving market conditions. However, in this marketplace right now, I think we've seen the bottom of it last year in quarter 3 and 4 in the interest rate market. So that goes with a float down requirements. It has to go a certain threshold below what the current rate is. And I'm just going to finish on pre-approval letters. I've been reviewing a lot of my competitors' pre-approval letters, and quite frankly, they're somewhat shoddy. When we offer a pre-approval letter, we actually physically walk it through the system, interview the client, ask him or her a bunch of really detailed questions, and make sure that we have all of our facts straight. All of our pre-approval letters include an interest rate, an APR, the loan amount, the purchase price, and the loan type. If your pre-approval letters are coming over with just a blanket thing saying, Joe and Cindy are approved for $500,000 with none of the other factors involved, I'd be very, very suspicious of that. And the only fact is because you don't have a true baseline to what to go off of. And then in addition to the pre-approval letters, what I do for my clients and my realtor partners, and I'll finish on this, is that once you guys go under contract with your client, I do customize the pre-approval letter to match the offer. So we're not showing our hand, whereas if the person's pre-approved for $500,000 and they're buying a place for $450,000, I make the letter exactly to $450,000. So we're not showing our hand that the person actually is qualified more. And I feel that really helps out in your negotiations as you're talking to the seller's agent. So today's little talk was on interest rates. Please give us a shout, myself or Jose. I will put a little thing in the chat box about just the bullet points we just touched on. And have a great day and have a great week, and happy April tomorrow.
Thank you so much, John. Always appreciate all that great information. All right, guys, a couple of quick announcements before we get to our main topic. Announcement number one, hey, if any of you are posting onto our organization's Facebook bulletin board or sending new listing opportunities that you have into new KW listings at gmail.com to make sure they go out in our daily matchmaker email, please note, you need to actually have a listing agreement before you post those into the bulletin board or onto the group email. If you don't have a listing agreement and it's really kind of more of a wish, or there's something going on that if you found somebody, they might go ahead and list, you really need to disclose that, because once it goes on the bulletin board or out in our emails, your colleagues believe that there's a listing agreement involved and that they're going to get paid. So when there's no listing agreement involved, there is no guarantee that anyone will get paid. So let's utilize these tools to make sure that we're putting together things off market that actually exist, right? And if you have other items on there that are kind of maybes, go ahead and use them, but disclose it. Just simply say, like, this is my neighbor, and for the right buyer, they'll list with me and talk to you and your buyers. No listing agreement currently exists. To that, I would also encourage you, because we're doing more and more of these off-market things, using these tools that we've set up, when you have a new listing opportunity and you have it posted to the bulletin board, or you're pushing the information to newkwlistings@gmail.com, as a listing agent, please put in what you're offering out. Just a little note that says BAC, buyer's agent compensation, equals 2%, 2.5%, 3%, 9%, 0.5%, whatever that is, so that your colleagues know what they can expect. Without the MLS posting, they don't know what to expect. And I don't want to get into a situation down the road where someone expected to get paid one thing, but because it was off market, there's a surprise at the closing. So just two quickies on all of this off market stuff that we're doing. You're doing awesome with creating opportunities. Let's just make sure that we have clarity around what those opportunities look like. Make sense? Great. So one quick note on taxes. As I mentioned on Monday, the tax filing deadline now, both federally for the IRS and in Connecticut and in New York, all pushed until May the 17th for the filing and payment of any additional taxes due for your 2020 returns. However, in all three of those locations, your April 15th estimated tax payments inexplicably are not pushed. So your estimated tax payments are still due on April the 15th for your first quarter 2021 estimated. That is not pushed. So just know that there's a different dates there. I'm not sure quite why they did that, and yet I guess they need your money on April 15th to pay everybody the refunds they're going to get on May 17th. So that's the deal. Just know that those two dates are different this year. And lastly, before we move forward, I wanted to give you a listings update. And I apologize, last Wednesday came and went and I didn't give you this listings update. If you remember, 3 weeks ago today, we set a new course for ourselves for the end of April, that in that 7.5 week or so period of time, we challenged ourselves to take 315 new listings as an organization. Well, so I'm excited to report to you that 3 weeks in, right, that was 45 listings a week. So 3 weeks in, you have accomplished listing, and this is MLS only. I'm going to talk a little bit about why the numbers are different. The MLS says that you have posted 120 new listings. At 45 listings a week, we should be at 135 to be on track or better. However, I believe that 120 is actually not an accurate description of what you've actually taken, because so many of you have so many listings that you've actually signed paperwork for that are not on the MLS, right? Because of all the off-market stuff that I was just talking about. So I believe that number to be probably 10 or even 12% higher. And if you add in another 10%, you are right on target at that 134, 135 number. So a big round of applause, because for the last 3 weeks, you are hitting that 45 a week. Now we just need to continue to do it for the next 4 weeks to really bring home and hit that target of 315 listings in those 7.5 weeks. So great job, keep pushing, because you're doing what they said couldn't be done, right? These numbers were built not off of a growth of last year, but the year before, right? When the spring wasn't weird. So you're now operating at a 5 to 10% growth level off of 2019's spring numbers. So I applaud you for it, and let's keep it going. All right, so our topic this morning is really around affordability, and I asked our good friend Debbie Orr to be on with me to discuss that with you, and I wanted to show you where we're going to go. For those of you who had, there we go. For those of you who watched Gary's vision speech, you know that there's a whole slide deck of graphics that you can use with buyers and sellers. And I wanted to just show you quickly where to get that, and then we'll pivot to an affordability conversation. So if you go to KW Connect, which you can find at kwconnect.com, this is the home page. The simplest way to find this is to go up here in the upper right to the search bar, and then just simply type in vision speech. And when you do that, you get Vision Revisited download. And you click on it, and it says download now, and bam, you then have the whole deck with all of Gary's 82 slides, right? So real simple for you to find this. There's lots of great information in here, including, including some unemployment information if you're using it with conversations with your sellers, some history in terms of unemployment. You've got GDP, you've got interest rates, mortgage interest rates. I know I'm going fast, but home sales, inventory, mortgage rates, right? So lots of great graphs that you can then print and or PDF to utilize when you're having conversations with your buyers and your sellers. The one that we want to pause for a minute on, Debbie, do you see affordability on your screen? Okay. The one we want to pause for a minute on is affordability, because Debbie and I were having a conversation around this earlier this week, and she had some really great insights that I wanted her to share with you around how to utilize this to help solve some objections that are coming up in the market today. Debbie?
So I'm going to thank our friend James Shaw for this insight. And I think it's really important to answer the question. Prices of houses are going up so fast, it seems like it's risky to buy right now. And the conversation needs to pivot to the Affordability Index, which is based on median sale prices and median income. And that varies. It goes from nationwide to statewide to countywide to town by town. And I will show you where you can get that information. And the number that you're looking for is something less than 25% of gross income dedicated to principal and interest. And as you can see on Gary's chart, nationwide, they've calculated this at about 16% in the last during the last year, which is enormously. You can see it's crazy affordable at this point, and that's in spite of the fact that median sale prices have gone up. Well, everybody knows it's because the interest rates are so crazy low, and even if they rise by 1%. We still have an amazing opportunity for more people than ever to fall into that affordability range. So I did some calculations for Fairfield County, and then I did Danbury, Ridgefield, Stamford, and all of those towns and all of the county as a whole fall within 17% up to, and Stamford is the tightest, but it's 24 point something percent. So it's all right in there. Do I have a screen sharing possibility, Rick?
Yeah, let me take this down and you can pop what you want up. So what Debbie's talking about is so crazily important, guys. Regardless of what buyers feel is happening in the market, a reminder about how affordable things are versus history is certainly a way to help them overcome any fears that they might have around pace and momentum and kind of craziness going on in the market. What do you have for us here, Deb?
So this is the site where you can capture all of your median numbers. So you see median household income here and median property value here. And we can cut and paste and somebody can you do that, Rick? Can you cut and paste that? Or maybe I can do it when we're finished. That site, it's datausa.io. And then you have to put the extension on to get Fairfield County and then town by town by town. But it gives you numbers that look like they are being updated so that you can do those calculations. And then what you need to do is find, and I'm going to share another screen. Hold on, let me see how I can do this. I'll stop that one and try another one here. And is it going up? There it is. I'm going to take you to the Keller Williams app, where if you don't know about this, you can, sorry to make you dizzy, start with inventory, pick a house that you want to calculate a mortgage on. And this is a $630,000 property in Danbury, and scroll down to mortgage payment, and you can adjust. So the affordability is based on 20% down, so it's an 80% loan to value, and that's what this is set for. You can see right there, and then you can change the mortgage interest rate. Today, what I was looking at said the average mortgage interest is 3.25%, whether that's correct or not. And you can see when you punch that in, it changes the monthly payment. This is just principal and interest, but you have this at your fingertips with your app on your phone. Any questions about that?
Yeah, I love it. Go ahead, Kathy.
Yeah, I must have missed this when you explained it, but what exactly is that percentage that you were talking about? You know, if it's higher than 25%, but lower is better, what is that a percentage of? Can you explain?
25%, yes, 25% of gross income, right, is the affordability, and the affordability is based on median income. And it's how much mortgage do you need to have to purchase the median income or a median priced home. So you take the median priced home, which is 666,000 in Ridgefield. 80% of 666 is what you're going to get the mortgage on. Calculate it at a current interest rate, and then multiply, that's 1 month, multiply that by 12, look at your annual median income and see if that's 25% or less.
So it really is ultimately a calculation of how much of your income you're using to pay your mortgage.
Correct.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure thing. So guys, we wanted to just make sure that you heard sort of just a fast version of, what do I do when buyers say things are going up so crazily, I'm afraid to buy. It is taking that pivot to help them understand that that is correct. And there's also an opportunity for you based on historical affordability, right? The numbers don't, I was having a conversation with someone literally last night who said, so, you must be, kind of bummed out because you're not buying investment properties. And I said, what do you mean? Right. He said, well, the prices are going up. I'm like, well, no, there is never a bad time to buy good real estate. If the numbers work, I'm still buying property aggressively. And they were kind of flabbergasted by that. I think we had that conversation in one of the masterminds this week as well, or earlier this week, but I literally just had that conversation last night. So recognize that there's always opportunity. You just have to help people take some mindset pivots to recognize where the opportunity is and why. So hopefully that is helpful to you. Thank you so much, Debbie, for bringing us through that. That is appreciated. Guys, that's what we have for you today. Don't forget, at 11 o'clock today, we have Tiger Inspections doing something called Less Stress, Faster Sale, the most common issues inspectors find and how to close faster for more money. And then at 1 o'clock, all of you rainmakers, leaders of teams, we do have a Rainmaker Mastermind at 1 o'clock today for about 59.5 minutes. So don't be late. We will see you all later today, or certainly by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Have a great one. Take care.